Okay, here we have a preview, or okay, it's a model 2644. I think it's 55 ton rated, and this is my least liked truck, so here we go. I've just made some very rough notes, and I'll go through them now in no particular order. A little bit rushed for time today. It's interesting to note that this truck has no model identification tags anywhere on the outside. Also on the VIN number plate and any information plate, there's no date or year of manufacture. This truck's had a number of problems, including a part of the transmission that fails, and also at low speed turning the steering wheel and the truck keeps going straight. I think that was due to something like the axle lock or axle tuning. Quite frankly, I don't think this truck's strong enough or heavy enough to tow a trailer. Also, it's got this like computer recognition type thing, and that has locked me out. It's turned on the lights and kept them on, and played all sorts of funny tricks. It's got this very strange armrest and gear change thing here, two pieces that fold up, and that in the long run that may not be reliable, because all of the wires and everything run through these, and they're bent up and changed position. The truck does have a fairly decent sun visor that comes down a fair way to block out any sun. The Western Star, that's probably the weak point of the Western Star. The brake's in a fairly good position. The steering wheel's fairly good, but it's not as good as the MAN truck. It is built like a car. As you see, it's just a very basic console, and the keys just here on the side of the steering box there. One of the things I don't like about this truck is how far it hangs down toward the ground there. You can probably see there's not really enough clearance there. The part of the transmission, the automatic transmission, this is an automatic, fully automatic truck with no clutch activation. That's the piece there that goes bad. Try and film it. That piece there. What we were doing is tapping it with a bar. Another thing that fixed it was putting cold water. The other driver and I were pouring cold water over it, especially in summer. It was probably worse. I think it's been fixed now. But if you pour cold water over it, it'll get it going temporarily, and I had some luck with tapping it with a metal bar. Also, this truck's got AdBlue. The AdBlue is where I fuel up, but honestly, can't they just put it in the diesel? Anyway, this particular truck's got AdBlue. On my notes, I have described this as sort of like a boutique truck. When you're at a set of traffic lights and you've been sitting there for about 3 minutes, it'll beep and you have to move it forward. I mean, for it to wait another 3 minutes, and then you've got to do the same thing again. In the past, I think it's gone to the shop now. Some of these problems could be fixed. This one seems to be fixed. You'll have your foot on the accelerator and just nothing will happen. It just won't recognise, the gearbox won't recognise accelerator input. I've got a feeling you're probably driving a computer when you put your foot on the accelerator with this truck. The fuel gauge was broken, but it seems to be fixed now. It's got the AdBlue. I think I'll just put it in the shot there. This blue tank here means that the AdBlue is okay, I think. But thankfully that's working now, and you can just check the tank by taking the cap off the fuel tank and having a look. A lot of these trucks are built out of fiberglass, like the good American ones, like Western Star, but this is either plastic or metal, so that's plastic, that's metal, and a lot of the front is just plastic. That's metal, of course. So yeah, it's exceptionally weak exterior body panels. Yeah, so the gear change is here. So the two buttons, there's a button there and a button there. The two buttons together is neutral. So we've got neutral now. To go forward, you push this side in and go forward. To get reverse, you pull it back. But this one's fully automatic, there's no clutch. Probably can't see there. There's no clutch down there. That's the accelerator. Yeah, so you've got an accelerator here, brakes there, and no clutch, so it's fully automatic. So that's all you do is put it in the gear, and then with this one I'm pretty sure it drives itself. I drive 13 different trucks. I drive 10 semi-trailers or prime movers. I drive clutch activated automatics, fully operable or self driving gearbox automatics. I drive 18 speed Eaton Fuller road rangers, just different types of trucks. But this truck's my least favourite. The older Mercedes trucks, you do have to change every gear up, so you've got to go through all the gears. This one goes through all the gears, but once you put it into first, it changes gears by itself. You've only got to put it into neutral and then reverse. The visibility's quite good on this truck. You can see there you've got a good range of visibility, and as I've said, the rear view mirrors are good. The seating position's okay. It's, as I've said, it's nowhere near as good as the MAN truck. I'd definitely buy the MAN truck over this truck. The DAF would also be a good truck. I mean, of course, you know, that I'd buy those trucks if I couldn't get the Western Star or Kenworth or Peterbilt. The American trucks are the strongest built trucks. This is a Daimler vehicle, just like Dodge, Chrysler, Western Star, Fiat, Freightliner, and I think possibly, no, I won't say DAF, I think they're allied with Kenworth. Yeah, I think DAF is PACCAR. Anyone who's wondering how you put this truck into gear, if you haven't got a clutch, you put your foot on the brake. So you put your foot on the brake. So it's in third. So put those two together, and you got neutral. And what you do is you put your foot on the brake, put this one in, push it forward, and you've got third. The door exit is okay, but like any cab over, the door has to be absolutely fully open to be able to climb down the steps. This truck developed a condition or a problem, and it probably still has it to some extent, that when you take off at first from a standing start, it sort of jitters and jolts. You've got a very strange lack of performance or design. I'm not really sure. One thing that's not very good, you have to operate the air conditioner here over the top of the brake, so when the brake's off you're sort of going over the top there. Another design fault is the cigarette lighter, or the power outlet. It's not very deep, and when you put a GPS plug in it, it often works its way out. So you can see there probably. It doesn't really seat in all that far. As I've said before, it is a very light truck. It's got a very light build. Getting back to that strange AI type thing there, it did lock me out once and wouldn't let me in. It's only because I had the window down that I was able to get back in the truck. Also, the lights couldn't be turned off, and it was this strange thing where I'd walk past the front of it and the lights would come on, they wouldn't go off. The hazard lights didn't flash, but they both came on, and I think I had to just walk at the end of the shift and just get in my car with the I'm pretty sure by that time the headlights were on, so you know, whether it can be hacked or not, I don't know. I felt as if I was being sort of like terrorized to some extent. It's not very safe when you're driving. I'm trying to get this rig out of here, but just very quickly, when I was being locked out of the truck and the lights were doing all of that funny business, the actual switches wouldn't work, so I'd put the light on and off, or try and switch it off. The hazard lights the same, I'd try and get them to go off, but none of the switches worked, so there you go. Okay, while I'm waiting to get out of this gate. Okay, it's night time just about, so just about time to wrap this video up. Just like to say that it's strange how it's got no model identification on the outside of the truck. It's only a light truck. It does only have I think it's 55 tons, and 90 ton will pull a B double. From what I can gather, it's a Mercedes 2644. This truck's got this thing where you can adjust the height of the suspension with that control box there. That's good for hooking up trailers, for bringing the back down or up to meet the skid plate. On the other hand, as the trailer's being unloaded, the suspension goes up about 3/4 of a foot, and you're left with a very high trailer. Okay, just the last points. The power plant could be bigger. It could have a bigger sized engine. And we've got 679,723 kilometres on the clock. Just before I finish the video, these lights in the cab, when I was being locked out of the truck and the lights were going on and staying on with this security thing, also the interior lights wouldn't go off, and that was while I was driving. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Okay, you can see there the height. I think when you put the handbrake off, it levels out. So they should level out. And now they're at the right position. Thanks for watching. Over and out.